Now being 7:05, the regular meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Town of Orleans is called to order. Present are the following: myself, Michael P. Marnick, who's acting as chair tonight. Also, Beth McCartney, Matthew Cole, regular members, regular member William McCarthy, associate members Mulligan and Taub. Also present is the board secretary, Sandy Stewart, and the building commissioner of the Town of Orleans, Brian Harrison. It is in order to consider the minutes of the meetings of April 15 and May 6th. Are there any which have been circulated to the members of the board? Are there any corrections, comments, or to those minutes? Then
move the approval.
Then
Second.
any discussion on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? The motion carries unanimously. The minutes of the meetings of April 15th and May 6th are approved, adopted, and made part of the record. Tonight's business includes two items. First is case number 2005, which is the application of Andrew Barnard. Is everyone present to present that application?
Yes, we are.
Very well. The second case is number 2006, the application of Samuel W. Kroll III. Is everyone present to present that application?
Yes, I am.
Very well. Then in that case, in case 2005, Andrew A. Barnard has applied for special permit as set forth in Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 48, Section 6, and under Orleans zoning bylaw, Section 134, 3C1, and 164-21A, to raise and rebuild a pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling in violation of height requirements. The property is located at 48, it should be Aspinet, not Aspen Road. Orleans map 30, parcel 14. Is there any member of the board present who has had any communication with the applicant or any of their agents?
Which would be recusing on this one.
Very well. Other than Mr. Cole, has anyone had any communication with the applicant or any of the applicant's agents which would rise to a conflict of interest? No response. Therefore, I declare that the remaining members of the board are indifferent and impartial. Then, Mr. Little.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I'm David Little from Ryder & Wilcox and Ed Parker from 1100 Architects, here representing Andrew Barnard. And I might add that there are some people in the audience from Nauset Heights who I assume are here for this, given the fact that the other hearing is on Barley Neck Road. As you read in the advertisement, we are proposing to raise and replace a pre-existing non-conforming dwelling originally constructed in 1953. This isn't really new material. It's just a graphic of the properties and the surrounding properties that I have taken from the Orleans GIS map. Might be helpful during my presentation. Well, the existing dwelling is non-conforming with respect to its side yard setback and height. The proposed dwelling is only non-conforming with respect to its height. The height of the existing dwelling is 32.1 feet, 2.1 feet higher than the 30-foot maximum allowed. Our proposed dwelling that's before you, the height of the roof is 31 feet. So we have reduced the nonconformity of the height by 1.1 feet, but because we are tearing down and replacing a pre-existing nonconforming dwelling, the zoning bylaw allows for us to do so in a manner provided that we don't increase the nonconforming nature of the structure with a special permit from this board. So that is why we are here. The new dwelling, as I mentioned, will comply with all horizontal dimensional requirements of the zoning bylaw. It also complies with the coverage requirement of the zoning bylaw of not exceeding 15% of the buildable upland. The proposed building coverage for the structure before you is 1,925 square feet. So it is a modest footprint, and Ed will be discussing the total living area in the house, which is also modest. I think probably the biggest issue here is the fact that we have a contemporary-looking dwelling, and if I was before a board in Wellfleet or Truro, for instance, this would be a very common building that you might see. I mean, there's a very interesting book that was put out called Cape Cod Modern, which refers to architecture on Cape Cod, and I think a house of this type that Ed's firm has designed, well, you may not see many of them in Orleans. It is a contemporary, and it is fitting, and I will demonstrate how it is further on in my presentation. The house itself is visible from Nauset Beach and Aspinet Road. If you were, for the members of the board that went to the site, you drove down Aspinet Road, around Aspinet, and up and into the building itself. The only place you can really see it from Aspinet Road is when you're pulling